Most people think visualization is just positive thinking, sitting there imagining a Ferrari and hoping the universe delivers it. That's not what this is. What actually happens when you visualize every single day, real visualization, not daydreaming, is your brain starts to physically change. It rewires itself. Marcus Aurelius understood this 2,000 years ago. Neuroscience proved it last decade. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Part 1. The canvas. Here's the thing about visualization. Most people do it wrong and don't even realize. They sit down, close their eyes for a few minutes, think about money or a nice car or whatever. Meanwhile, half their brain is still thinking about that text they need to reply to. The other half is worrying about work tomorrow. 5 minutes later, they open their eyes and go back to scrolling. Nothing changes, obviously. Your mind works like a processor. You feed it weak, scattered images. You get weak, scattered results. Simple as that. And most people feed their mind garbage all day, then wonder why a couple minutes of positive thinking doesn't move the needle. Marcus Aurelius had this line: "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Not tinted, dyed. Whatever you consistently put into your head doesn't just influence you a little bit. It soaks in. It becomes part of who you are. And neuroscience backs this up now. Your brain processes a vividly imagined experience almost the same way it processes something real. The neural pathways light up in similar patterns. Your nervous system responds like it's actually happening. So when you visualize with real detail and real focus, your brain takes it seriously. But that requires more than 5 minutes squeezed between distractions. There's a reason this practice demands something most people won't give. Part 2. The hour. 1 hour. That's what this takes. No phone, no music, no podcast in the background. Just you sitting in silence with your own mind. And I already know what you're thinking. An hour. Every day? Yeah, that's the price. See, most people's visualization is diluted. They've got 10,000 thoughts bouncing around at any given moment. Worries, plans, random memories, song lyrics stuck in their head. And somewhere in that mess, they try to squeeze in a picture of their future self. It gets drowned out immediately. 1 hour of silence works like a magnifying glass. You know how you can take sunlight, which normally just warms things up a little, and focus it through glass until it creates fire? Same principle. Scattered attention creates nothing. Focused attention creates change. And when I say visualize, I don't mean vaguely think about success. I mean see it. The specific details. What does the room look like? What are you wearing? How does your voice sound when you speak as that version of yourself? What does the air smell like? You're painting something. Every detail matters. Every brushstroke adds to the picture your brain is absorbing as real. Most people won't do this. Too boring, too uncomfortable. An hour alone with their thoughts sounds like punishment. But even people who commit to the practice still fail. And there's one reason why. Part 3. The engine. You can do the hour. You can visualize with perfect detail and still get nowhere. I've seen it happen. People commit to the practice, stay consistent for months, and nothing shifts. The reason is almost always the same. Their why is empty. Wanting money just to have money doesn't work. Your brain knows it's hollow. There's no weight behind it. Wanting to be fit so you can post shirtless photos. Same thing. Shallow goal, shallow commitment. Your subconscious doesn't fight for things that don't actually matter to you. You need a reason that goes beyond yourself. Family, legacy, something you'd be embarrassed to fail at because other people are counting on you. That's the engine that makes visualization stick. And for me personally, as a Christian, there's another layer to this. Mark 11:24 says, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." That's not about magic or manifesting through the universe. It's about alignment. When your vision lines up with something greater than your own ego, you're not carrying the weight alone anymore. You see the future as already given. Your job is just to walk toward it and pick it up. That changes how you move through each day. Less desperation, more certainty. And when you combine that certainty with what actually happens inside your brain, that's when things start clicking into place. Part 4, the shift. So what's actually going on in your brain when you do this every day? There's this thing called the reticular activating system, RAS for short. It's basically a filter. Your brain gets hit with millions of pieces of information every single day, way too much to process. So the RAS decides what's relevant and what gets ignored. Here's the problem. Most people's filter is set to notice threats, problems, reasons why things won't work. That's the default. And opportunities, connections, paths forward, they're there. You just don't see them because your brain filtered them out as irrelevant. When you visualize consistently, with focus and detail, you're reprogramming that filter. You're telling your brain, this matters now, start looking for it. And it does. You start noticing things that were always there. People, chances, open doors you walked past 100 times before. Your daily actions start to feel different too. Less like you're chasing something far away, more like you're just picking up what's already yours. So that's what happens when you visualize every day. Your brain can't fully separate vivid imagination from reality. So use that. 1 hour of focused silence turns scattered thoughts into something powerful. A purpose bigger than yourself gives it weight. And over time, your mental filter rewires to show you what you've been missing. Most people will hear this and do nothing. They'll keep reacting to life instead of building it. But if you can see it clearly in your mind, really see it, you can eventually hold it in your hands.